The following program likely contains material that is suitable for mature audiences only and not suitable for children. It is by far not the nastiest stuff you'll find on TV, radio, or the internet, and will probably make you laugh more than it will upset you. However, because some people, especially in the South, are so damn sensitive, we feel obligated to warn you ahead of time. So if you've accidentally stumbled upon this program and are not a legal adult who is ready, willing, and able to be completely offended, navigate away from this station and log on to IHateTheFirstAmendment.com. You will feel better about yourself.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Shit, me and my conglomerate shall remain anonymous. Caught up in the finest shit. Live out my dreams until my heart get vowed.
Good morning, Los Angeles, and thank you for tuning in to the Love Jays on TRadioV.com/LA. I'm Mr. J.
And I'm Miss J.
Happy June 8th. Summer is here. The time is right. We're dancing in the streets. I wish I could sing. I talk about this every time we come into the show, how badly I wish I could sing. And in the show before us, they always have singers coming in, and I just look and be like, man, I really wish that I knew how to sing.
No, but the guitar,
yeah, no,
I'd be jamming.
But that's I have other talents, and I'm going to embrace those talents and go from there. But we have another good show putting ahead of you guys. We will be joined today by Keena Ferguson. She's an actress, dancer, producer, and she's actually the star in her own self-play called Keena Unbranded. So you definitely want to stick around. You do not want to miss this. Fun, good conversation. We're going to talk about her role in the industry, and of course we're going to talk about her play and find ways in which you can support her art and see her show. So as we start all shows, you can always follow us on Twitter at LoveJaysBlog, like us on Instagram at LoveJaysBlog as well, or you can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/AskLoveJays. You see Miss J over there celebrating last week. Last week I just said slash, and then she proceeds to cut me off like she always does, and said, "Oh, it's backslash, blah 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 blah." So I said it for you right there. You happy?
Yeah, and guess what? I didn't have to cut you off. See how that works? It's magic.
You see, so once again, talk about everything relationships. Women always win, men always lose. It's just what happens all the time. I've tried to just fight this stigma so much, and I just consistently find myself losing all the time. Like, I don't understand it.
Whatever helps.
Like you want to come to you talk about relationships. You want to make these sacrifices and these commitments, and I definitely think women make sacrifices. I'm not going to say that at all. But I was like, man, I just feel like at the end of the day, like if a man has something to say or a woman has something to say, and say like the woman disagrees, if you go ahead and proceed to say I'm just going to do that, I feel like chances are you're going to just end up losing in the long run.
Are you venting right now?
No, I'm not venting. I'm being honest. I'm speaking from personal experience, but also speaking of conversations I've had with a lot of men as well. It's like, just imagine, like, you're in a really good relationship. I mean, brothers, hear me out here in the booth. You're in a relationship, and say you're like, I want to go out with the guys, like, and if you're dating a woman who says you can't go hang out with your friends, that's warning flag number one. We've talked about that plenty of times. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go hang out with the guys, and we're gonna go here. And she's like, well, I don't like you going to this place. Here's my reasons why I don't like you going. And you're like, you know what, I don't care, I'm a man, I'm going to just do what I need to do, like I just want to go out with my guys. Like, chances are you're going to just reap that, you're going to just reap some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for, consequence for doing what you would like to do. That's my little nugget for the day. Yeah, why are you making your face like that?
Because you're totally venting right now.
I'm not venting.
You're venting.
Well, our show, we're very honest. We've kept it really real.
I understand.
We do our very best.
Be honest and say you're venting.
It's not even because we haven't had that issue. This was not I'm going out with my guys.
It's a separate issue, but the same.
It's a true story. I just feel like all the time, like, you're just like, man, nope. All right.
I'll shut you down.
I'm not saying you shut me down.
Yes, you are.
Oh my goodness, here we go. Let's get into the show. So we don't have to listen to us talk for an hour about each other and Miss J disagreeing with me like she always does and all that good
stuff. Venting! Oh my gosh, do you guys not hear this? You hear this, right? Really? Okay, all right. You're totally venting.
I'm not venting.
You can vent. I mean, like, this can be therapy. You want to talk? Let's talk.
I'm mad you said let's use the radio as therapy. This is not.
Like, you want to talk? We can talk.
I'm telling you, I know there's a lot of people out there who may agree with me. 855-878-4652. That's 855-TRVNLA, 855-878-4652. Pick up your phone, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. On to what we did this past week, as we talk about in all of our shows. This past weekend, what did we celebrated Miss J's nephew's second birthday.
Yeah, he's adorbs. Jaden, Auntie loves you. I have pictures, so we'll put those up eventually. We went out to my mom's home in Menifee and just had a good time. Jaden was in the pool all day and gave zero cares about anyone there. Like he was like the pool and him were one. It was the cutest thing ever.
And there you see there he goes.
And he's just drooling everywhere. My mom says, "Oh, he's teething." Yeah, see, there's the pool. That's the culprit right there.
Big pool. So you guys thought we were talking about something elaborate, huh? No, blow it up.
Yeah, you just put the little water in there. When I have kids, like it is.
Accepting applications. Nice. Look at this guy. Look at this cute little kid.
It's a Dorito.
And look at that. What a precious auntie moment.
He does have red hair. It's like fire. It's beautiful.
And then boom, surprise element right there. We talked a few weeks ago. Miss J had made an announcement that she had a
She's
niece.
going through the baby awkward phase.
And that is, how old is she now? 2 months, 6 weeks?
She's I think she's 5-6 weeks, yeah.
5-6 weeks on. So that was the updated pictures. I know the one we showed a few weeks ago, she was freshly out the womb.
I decided when it's time for us to have kids, we're not going to show them for like 3 months. I got to give them time to get into so they don't look like they just came out the uterus.
And we're gonna talk about this. Why do I don't understand this? You're around a lot of mothers, and they always say like, "Oh, look at the baby, they're so cute," and they're like, say 8 minutes old. I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if I've ever seen a cute baby that's about 8 minutes old.
No.
Maybe a day old, not even a week old.
They're precious because they're tiny humans. Like, that's why they're precious. Because
they're precious is fine.
But they also look like little aliens. Like, they look like they're very ethereal. Like, I'm not sure if you're from this world. So, I understand what you're saying, but the concept of it is cute. It was in your belly.
That's
you
not
made
cute.
It's a human.
Precious.
Like, it comes out.
Precious, beautiful. Life is beautiful. The creation of life is beautiful. I get that. I understand that. When you say, look at the baby, isn't he or she beautiful? They look just like their mom. They look just like their dad.
I won't say who told me, but
they haven't even formed any. They haven't even formed any shape. How do they look attractive? I don't.
Now that's a baby. Now that's a baby.
Yeah, that's it. We won't give credit to who says that. But that I am going to steal that line. I know who you are, and I'm going to have to steal that line.
Now that's
a baby. Yeah, exactly. So maybe you guys need to try that.
But I feel like when you have a kid, you think they're the cutest thing in the world. Well, like you're just like, oh, look at my creation. Like, So I get it. You can't diss somebody else's creation.
I'm not saying that, but I just don't feel that my parents were like, oh my goodness, look at my beautiful child when he was born. Because I've seen the pictures, and Lord knows,
were.
I was blue in the face. If you guys know, I had an umbilical cord wrapped around my neck. I was blue in the face, then I had a black eye. I looked clear, literally crystal clear. There was nothing cute about me. So that's just my own
Everyone
opinion.
says that I was the cutest baby ever.
Well, we know that's not true because he lies. So we talk about this stigma of lies that people told.
My first pictures weren't cute, but later, like weeks after,
I was like, we need to pull up some pictures when Miss J was about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, really? That's what you want to play right now? Yeah, I had a major awkward. I had like awkward life till like 18. And even then, I was.
Your struggle wasn't that real. It was just that
you know what's weird?
Your adolescence
I thought I was fly the whole time. So it was just like one of those things. Like when I look back, I'm like, ooh. So I had glasses and stuff. Not the glasses.
I was like,
cool.
you still wear your glasses.
I do.
It was just the way you rocked.
But they're a little more trendy now.
The struggle was real.
I had the Harry Potters going on. Like it was.
And it didn't help that you were a Harry Potter obsessor.
Yeah, and like I had this like snaggletooth thing going on in some pictures. Like it's just all 4 of these teeth missing in the front. Like,
but look at you now.
Yeah.
So
look
see,
at me now.
All those are watching. Like, oh, I don't love my. There's hope.
Yes.
There's hope. There is hope.
Mona's 25th birthday party. That was fun.
Yes, we went to the Crocker Club in downtown Los Angeles. If you guys have not been out there, definitely check that out. So it was it used to be a bank vault. So you go downstairs and.
Oh, so they didn't even make it.
No, they didn't make it like that. It used to be a bank vault, and you walk in. There's a good little bar with a floating island just in front of the bar. You can sit and have a conversation there. Nice little dance floor, and then there's also private rooms. So if you're looking to have a party or whatever the case may be, you can reserve the rooms. The DJ was dope. In L.A., a lot of places, I'm not a big club guy. I think Miss J and I share that sentiment. I'm not really big on clubs. But every time you go out, it's hard to find a DJ who plays hip-hop, solid hip-hop and R&B. Now with Top 40, this electro, house, and other mashups that everyone is doing these days, it's hard to just find some good, pure hip-hop playing DJs. And this gentleman, I don't know the DJ's name, but it's Saturday nights at the Crocker Club in downtown Los Angeles. I think it was on Spring and 5th Street. Definitely go. If you have to get there before 10 o'clock, there's a cover that starts past 10, which is a $10 cover, and I am anti-paying for covers at clubs.
Babe.
But I'm just putting a little promo out there. It's a good spot. Hey, how many spots have you been to where you can go to and there's a good DJ playing good music?
I just like.
Let's be
I
honest.
tuned you out. I wasn't even listening anymore.
Oh, see, understandable. So, Mona, happy 25th. Thank you for coming out for that. We also had another great celebration this week. My 6-year-old nephew began his world, started his world and his journey into karate. And this past, was that Wednesday, he received his white belt, and it was a proud uncle moment. And there he goes, and you'll see the trophy that says, "Way to go, champ." He actually had to break that board in his steps into earning his white belt. So he's a proud little moment. That's the two of us right there.
Go
hanging out, Red Dragon.
It was a nephew-filled week.
It was a nephew-filled week. So I'm proud of you, son. Keep it going. We're going to keep supporting you like we always do. Now you can teach me how to break a board. He actually did it pretty well. I was like, at 6 years old.
Yeah.
I was like, you did that real kind of just real smooth. Gosh, that went by really quick. That was a fast first segment.
Talk about the Crocker.
Am I talking? I was talking too much, huh? Talking too much. Well, stick around. We have Keena joining us next segment. You do not want to miss it. If you guys have questions, 855-878-4652, and we'll be back.
I bet we do the bounce on the way out.
Our smartphones are some of the smallest and most powerful computers ever invented, and we carry them with us everywhere. But it's a juggle and a bit of a struggle to use your phone because it really takes two hands, one to hold it securely and the other to text and scroll. FlyGrip is the one-handed smartphone solution, and it lets you keep your phone in your grasp and use the same hand to control it. The FlyGrip is device agnostic. It sticks onto the back of any phone or case, and it just uses two fingers, your middle finger and your ring finger, to hold it. You use your thumb to control the device. It has an ergonomic, spring-loaded, articulated hinge that's comfortable to use and which snaps flat when the grip isn't in use. It can also double as a stand, either vertically or horizontal, and that makes it great for your phone, tablet, or e-reader. The FlyGrip even worked with American professional surfer Bethany Hamilton, who lost her arm to a shark attack and is best known for sharing her story in the movie Soul Surfer. Our devices keep us connected to so much that's important to us, and with the FlyGrip, you're much less likely to drop that connection.
Now available in 8 designer colors. Get your FlyGrip today at flygrip.com. It was too much radio for a Sunday morning.
You're watching and listening to Radio V.
So to make matters worse, we put it on TV. Billy Morrison, rock star, actor, with his super sexy sidekick, Chloe Dabbles. And co-host Rick Canny. Billy Morrison's Dirty Little Secrets coming up prime time. No more desecration and destruction on a Sunday morning. Now, Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Get this fucking guy out of my show.
Now we can piss off even more people.
Radio V.
Speaking of bits, keep them clean. Here, would you like a hit of my bong? The water hasn't been changed since 1992.
I think sometimes it's really a nice thing to do. It's almost like changing the sheets for a guest.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you just change the water and it's like, hey, I care. You're important to me.
Could we just talk
I'm gonna
about
give you fresh bong water.
how bad bong water is? It would be the worst thing you could ever spill on your carpet.
Oh, has that happened to you?
I'd rather have someone commit suicide on my carpet than spill bong water.
God, these bitches are smoking. It's the Canna Bitches. Wednesday at noon, right here on T Radio VLA.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
It's not like that anymore, okay? Things are different.
I'm just supposed to drop everything and come rushing back into your arms because you're ready, because it's your time.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yes, it is.
So what, you don't love me?
What if I do? Love isn't everything, all right, Jay? In between love, there is real life happening. Real life.
I'm just gonna keep snapping.
Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in.
Everything. There is real life.
There is real life happening.
Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to the Love Jays. If you guys didn't hear that snapping when Keena's reel was playing right there, she's over here looking at me. There's real life happening.
Yep.
Subliminal message
now.
being
You
shot.
did it. It's my turn now. There is real life happening.
Real life. Go ahead, man. This segment is about Keena. Keena, thank you so much. This is Miss Keena Ferguson. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have. We're very happy to have you here. What movie show was that role
That
from?
was from a show that Steven Spielberg produced called On the Lot. That was on Fox.
All right.
And so that was one of the segments that I did for that show.
That sounded real deep. I was
I know, and it was great because when I shot that, I was just going through a breakup, like literally the night before I had gotten off the plane.
So that's raw emotion.
So I was like, wait, hold on.
There was barely any acting
Right.
involved.
I was like, okay, here we go.
Don't cry. I'm gonna really pull this out. I'm gonna really
They're just
pull
guided
that.
frustration.
Guided frustration.
Yeah,
And that's something, and this is just an unrelated question. I've thought about that. Is when you're acting and you have, how difficult is it to pull that emotion? I know that the best part of selling a role is really to make us as an audience believe that you feel that.
Right.
So what is the biggest challenge and struggle in finding, if you're not, say, sad or happy or whatever it may be, how do you channel that in
Well, for me, I don't, and obviously we continue to grow as actors, and so as I've grown, like I don't use my personal life I try not to use my personal life. Then I was in a specific space, and sometimes it just comes like that because you're in that space. But what I really try to do is just, whenever I'm researching a character, it's like, what's happening in your life right now? You know what I mean? Like, what's happening with that character? And so just the same way that you can feel empathy for someone else, like if I were to tell you about, somebody dying or whatever, like it'll make you think about someone in your life
Without a
dying.
doubt.
So, you know what I mean? So I just kind of try to really dig into whatever that empathetic space is for whatever character that I'm researching.
I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Because if you use like something from your real life, then you're just gonna always be like in this emotional up and down state about your own self, and then it becomes about you, and then you're like,
and then people go crazy.
But see, I think there's something more to that, because there's sometimes you hear people say anyone can act, and I don't believe that. I do not believe that at all. And that's why when you say if you have empathy, we can experience that. But I think as actors and actresses, you guys have another level of, because if I could research and read it, but to pull it out and then make it believable.
Well, as my acting coach Diana Castle talks about all the time, is that the reality is that if once you practice empathy, which in an acting state, practicing like just being in a state of mind of like, what's this character? Okay, if I'm playing whoever, Josephine Baker, and I'm reliving her life, what does that look like? And then how do I see that being played? Then you continually are kind of exercising that instrument, so that then when things come to you, then you're getting scripts and you're going like, oh, I can tap into that. Whereas most people who aren't actors aren't doing that every day.
Yeah.
They're not tapping into their empathetic self.
No.
So it is like, what? I'm sorry. You know what I mean? So it is a practice, and I think that people forget that about acting.
Yeah.
I think people
you
leave
have
that
like
out.
the LA thing down from. Where are you from?
I'm from Missouri.
Okay. You did it like you weren't from LA, but it sounded very LA.
Oh my God. Oh wait, hold on.
So from Missouri, you went to school at Ohio State.
Hey ho, whoa, the Ohio State University.
The
Let's get it right. Let's not play around with these names.
Ohio State Buckeyes. Everyone
that's
says
right.
it. If we all watch football, that's the
That's right.
Ohio
Let's-
State.
let's get it
so
right.
what is? Let's dig into that. What is it? What is it about by saying the Ohio State University?
It is actually, honestly, the name of the school. The name of the school in its actual terms is the Ohio State University. It's not like we're just like, we're so fancy. It's literally like, that's the name. And so then other schools
people
are
are
like, we're like
lazy.
the this. And I'm like, your school isn't called that. It's not called
So we
that.
need to change. So basically, we need to change the initials to TOSU. That's if that's the official. If you're saying that's the official, so maybe we need to say ESPN. That's what I'm gonna need you guys to do. We need to start putting TOSU.
People don't want to give us our props. But I can't help it. It's the best school in the world. I would have never chosen to go anywhere else. I loved it beyond like
Ohio.
Oh my God, it was the best.
One of my assistants. Yeah, my aunt lives in Ohio. She's just loves Ohio. Moved there over 20 years ago. Auntie, shout out to you. But I had an assistant coach who in high school who went to Ohio State, and he was just like everyone I have met is just so
School pride.
the Ohio State. Now in California, you always hear Trojans. My brothers are SC alumni twice over, and that's all he talks about.
Yeah.
Trojan. And I worked there, and I tried not to. I didn't get all the way into. I think it's one of those when you have to be a student.
You kind of have to, because I'm like Buckeye for life, and anybody who knows me is like, she is die-hard Buckeye fan for life.
Man, I
Best
think it. I
time
wish
of my
we
life.
had that. I need to just.
Say,
We went to a small
Go
private liberal arts.
Panthers.
Oh, where'd you guys go?
Chapman University in Orange
okay.
County. So
Yeah.
much
It was a good
different.
school, but the
You're not
pride
like
was different.
Football? No, football.
No. And I was a
Definitely
basketball player. I was an athlete, and
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. But they're getting there. They're on their way.
No hate. Zero
Yeah,
hate.
there's no hate. They're on their way.
There's not a lot
They're
of
trying to
pride
get there.
either.
They're trying to get
And
there.
I didn't know that whole spirit until I got there. And I actually lived in the stadium my first year because they have dorms inside the stadium. I know it's great.
What?
I actually have dorm, and it's soundproof. It's the craziest thing, but there's no windows. So like when you
That's
move
dope.
in, they were like, freshmen always oversleep because there's no sunlight to let you know it's
Yeah.
it's daylight. But it was the coolest thing. So I would be like in the dorm room, getting ready to go to the bathroom, like 4 a.m. I'm going to the bathroom, and that's where the windows are. And I'd see like hundreds of people in the parking lot, and I was like, call my dad. I'm like, what is happening? He was like, it's called tailgating. I'm like, Dad, the game's at 2. It's 4 a.m. He's like, they
That's
start
what they
already.
do.
And I was like,
Yeah.
this is dope.
That's a pretty dope. That's a pretty dope
That is,
experience.
yeah. Not
That was
everybody
dope.
can say that.
Yeah.
So going back into your industry, you got your start as a co-host of BET's The Way We Do It with Ricky Smiley.
I did.
So how was that? How was that experience, and how did it influence your journey throughout the industry?
Well, at that point, I had only been here 3 months when I did that. And that was an
Oh,
audition
wow.
that I crashed. A girlfriend of mine was like, they're looking for these coasts. They wanted them to be dancers and fun and blah, blah, blah. So I crashed the audition, and then I booked the job. And it was really great because at that moment, I was like, oh, I've made it. I've made it. This is so fantastic. You know what I mean? And shooting that was amazing, and Ricky was great. And but I soon learned that it takes more than just one gig to say you have made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you're like, oh, I have to go back to the when that show ends. You kind of got to go back. Oh,
Yeah. You gotta do it all over
this
again.
is how. You know what I mean? So I feel like I kind of got spoiled in the beginning, and then was like, oh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But it was so great that my parents could have everybody watch on Thursday nights at 7:00 and be like, my daughter's on TV. You know what I mean? Like that was really, really great. And so I was so grateful to have had that. But I feel like I was bolder than as an actor. You know what I mean? I was like, I'll just go in, I'll crash, I don't care. Now I'd be like, wait, you're not supposed to do that. Because
Exactly.
the more you know, sometimes.
I get it.
So now did that opportunity open up new doors for you?
It opened up doors in the sense of that then I was recognizable. So then I did I got into doing some music videos. So I did quite a few music videos. I did a few independent films from there. And then I did a huge Coca-Cola commercial campaign.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like
You want those.
I was like, ooh, like my friends were calling me like, you're on Times Square in a billboard, like, and then like the running commercials in Times. So like that was great. So that opened up all of those doors for people to go like, oh, who's this girl? We want to use her for this or for this, and then, but then it always goes back to like, what's your latest project?
Yeah.
So then, you just kind of, and luckily I will say I've been working consistently since that day.
Man, that is the story. The grind is real to all those aspiring.
The grind is very real, but the reality is that I had told myself, like, I believe in myself as an actress. So therefore, I will commit to just being an actress, which will make sure that I have to make my money so that I can pay all my bills. So what do I need to do? I have to take this thing very, very seriously. And so I've been able to do that since I've lived here.
So what has been your most rewarding experience as an actress?
Oh, gosh. As an actress, I will say there's a couple of things. I'll say Keena Unbranded for me right now has been very rewarding because I never wanted to do a one-woman show.
Okay.
But the feedback and the way that I've been able to touch people and people have said that I've influenced them or inspired them is nothing that I ever expected. So I think sometimes when you do things and you're like BET, I was like, I'm on BET. Everybody's going to watch it. Okay, I'm going to be touching people.
Yep.
But when you're doing a show and you're like, I'm just doing this because God's led me to do this, and so here it is. And then the response is like, I didn't even prepare for that.
Yeah.
That is like really rewarding.
Love Jade.
No, it's true.
Same thing. We understand. Yeah, keep talking. Sorry.
No. Yeah, like, so that for me is like, wow, really, like, my art can really do that. Like, my art can do that. Like, that's a gift that you've been blessed with. And so for me, that's like, But I will say that I did another film, and I think it was rewarding for me because I just got to like have a lot of fun. Actually, not a film. I'm sorry. I did an episode of Mad TV where I was Kelly Rowland.
Oh, yeah.
And that for me was like, it was one of my first kind of bigger TV deals. And that for me was just fun because who doesn't know Destiny's Child? Who doesn't?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the fact that they
exactly.
were really poking fun and I got to be that, like that for me was like a good time, and being around all, these comedic actors. And I never considered myself a comedic actress.
Yep.
So then to book that, I was like, oh, this is real. You can just have fun all day long.
100%.
How is that experience? Because you look at the Mad TVs, you look at the Saturday Night Live. When I was in college, I actually took a sketch comedy writing class.
Oh, nice.
And it was one of the hardest things I had ever done in my life. I mean, aside from trying to just write a sketch,
right?
I was like, now you got to write this, then you got to shoot it, and then you got to go on stage with people in there and try to be funny. Like, trying to be funny is not easy.
Well, that's why I always say, like, there's sketch comedy actors, there's improv actors, and there's stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
And, just because you're funny at home with your mama and daddy, it doesn't mean you can do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And just because you do stand-up comedy doesn't mean you can do sketch comedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's all different venues. And, trying to be funny, like, I'm always like, I don't want to try to be funny. Like, I don't know if I'm funny.
So your role was to just be convincing as Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, but yes. But you put yourself in the situation. You're like, okay, what's going on right here? And when you're not trying is when you're funny.
Yeah,
that's true.
You know what I mean? When you're not trying, you're just being like, this is what it is.
But the pressure's on. But like, let's be honest. Like, this is not. We're not just talking just a run of the mill. The pressure is on.
Yeah, the pressure is on. But most of my TV has all been sitcoms.
Okay.
I like it. Well, stick around. We will be joined again. Keena is staying here with us, so we're going to go more about her experience and talk about Keena Unbranded, the one-woman show. So if you guys have questions, 855-878-4652. We'll be back.
In 2 days, ladies love me. I'm on my cool J. If you get what I get, what would you say? She wax it all off. Mr. Miyagi.
Radio V.
Did you hear Lil Wayne's been having some health issues?
Who hasn't heard that?
What actually is the story with that? Because I haven't been following it that closely.
He's hooked on this thing called scissors, which is
Scissors?
It's scissor. It's
not
another
scissor.
No, I'm not. Well, maybe it's scissor, but
You're the whitest man in the world,
it's
David.
scissor. Apparently, it's scissor.
I'm just gonna laugh under the table. You continue. Game over, man. Game over.
The LA Music Blog, Thursdays, 8 to 10 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
Radio V.
Why in the hell are you wearing flannel again? Does your wife realize she's married to a very handsome lesbian?
You know what? I'm into the flannel, man.
Rock the flannel.
We got the thumbs up.
Jackie's liking it. Is it because you like the bad boys, Jackie? Like,
I just like flannel in general.
Thank you.
oh, I have flannel sheets, Jackie.
Well, I'm coming over tonight.
No, that's all it takes. Gay for pay.
Langdon Nation, Saturdays at 1 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
Radio V.
Bill Gates wants to pay you $100,000 to build a condom that feels good.
I invented a tampon.
You'd rather get AIDS than get a girl pregnant?
It is close. I'd certainly rather get a curable STD.
When I eat glass, I eat light bulbs and stuff.
I used to think any woman who had a big dog got that dog specifically to have sex with it.
It's the Obscene Stirs, Mondays at 7 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
I'm reeling right now. That was amazing.
Radio V.
Well, you come with a warning, wasn't that cool?
I like that.
I wish that that warning could be played before I walked into a room.
Right, so that way people that would just be offended would just leave.
I know, I love it when people complain on Twitter, like, that's what the unfollow button
Yeah,
for.
or like, I had someone who was following me on Instagram complain I posted like a shirtless picture.
I'm going to follow all of the Suicide Girls and then complain that they're topless. Yeah.
Why are you getting naked? I don't get it.
The Suicide Girls, Thursdays at 6 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
I would die for...
Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
Straight out the fucking dungeons of rap, where fake niggas don't make it back. I don't know how to start this shit. Rap rappers are monkey
Gotta get with one arm.
rhythm. I be
One arm, two.
musician, inflict the composition.
Welcome back. We are the Love Jays. We're here with Keena. Keena, how you doing?
I am fantastic.
Good. Ferguson. I'm sorry. I should say the last name. We got to put your government out there.
That's right. Get my government.
Yeah.
So I can get my check.
Exactly. So we were talking about over the break. You are a dancer as well. So dancer, recognized dancer.
Dancers recognized.
Yeah.
And you're saying you've been dancing. You've been a professional dancer since the age of 13. So
Yeah.
where has your dance journey taken you? And then what genres are you trained
And
in with
actually, I'm
dance?
thinking 213's pretty late in the game for dance. So like how?
Yeah. Well, my mom was a dancer. My mom danced at Dance Studio of Harlem, so
okay.
she's danced. Yeah. So so she was a dancer.
Snaps.
Yeah.
Snaps for the dancers.
Snaps
Fierce.
today. Yeah, I did the Dance of Harlem intensive.
Yeah, my mom did that.
Arthur
and then
Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I told you. Yeah.
This is the point where I just back away and say, I'm not
but so my mom, I mean, literally, by the time I could walk, my mom already had me dance because she was
Okay.
artistic director of Lincoln University Dance Company.
Okay.
So I was in the studio already at 2, taking classes, and then then I started choreographing in elementary school for like little school plays and stuff. And then in high school, I was doing that, and then I got into a company, and the city, and on the weekends we would tour to like Illinois, Indiana, like places around, And so then I started choreographing for musicals in high school, and then I was a dance major in college. So I just have been dancing.
worked out.
So modern is my specialty. Modern or contemporary is what people call it nowadays.
Because of dance. Well, Dancing of Harlem's actually on the ballet side.
Yeah,
too.
Dancing of Harlem's on the ballet side, but I'm more like I'm not a ballerina. Like
So what kind of modern?
Like my style is very like Ron Brown Dance Company or like it's what people would call contemporary when they watch So You Think You Can Dance.
Gotcha.
So when I say So You Think You Can Dance contemporary, they go, oh.
Okay, gotcha.
But before So You Think You Can
Yeah.
Dance, modern was kind of, they were always like, modern? You mean like abstract? I'm like, no, like think Alvin Ailey, but you know what I mean? You have to say that.
Yeah, mine was the Horton technique, which is Ailey.
I love Horton.
Right? I was in love with
angles.
Yes!
Lateral. Okay, get your lateral on. Yes.
I'm so excited right now.
And I did study at the Dunham School.
Oh, okay.
In St. Louis. Yeah, East St. Louis. So
Dunham's hard now because the instructors, the certification process is very difficult. Like you have to be certified to teach Dunham. You can't just be like, I'm going to teach Dunham.
Right.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
So, and I love Dunham too. I took African and Dunham.
West
Of the two, though, I preferred Dunham because I felt like it was more feminine.
Oh yeah. But West
Way more.
African's hard on your body. Like
my knees. I had water in my knees at that time too. I did. I really did.
So what about you and your West African?
So me, I was just gonna say I'm actually classically trained in YouTube. I do very well in it. I can teach you how to do it. You just go in there, YouTube.com.
I would love to learn.
Exactly. Yes. The 1-step, the 2-step, the wobble, step in the name of love,
I'm
all
sure
that.
they're gonna have a dance major program for that.
He's a good
Got that.
Dougie.
Hit my duck, man. Man.
You can hit
So
your Dougie.
I'm telling y'all, So You Think You Can't Dance is ready.
They about to have a strictly Dougie section.
They are.
And So You Think You Can Dance.
So
and
You
you're
Think
gonna
You Can
be the
Dance
judge.
is not ready. They're not.
They're not ready.
They're not ready.
You do watch So You Think You Can Dance, though. He's more avid than I am.
I actually, well, see, here's the thing, and we talk about this all the time. Is because I lack artistic ability. Is that I have a great respect for those in the arts, whether that's singing, acting, painting, dancing, writing. I have.
So you like to kind of immerse yourself in
exactly. I mean, all of my friends, literally, aside from my teammates, literally all my circle of friends are artists. I'm the only athlete in the bunch, so I'm around it all the time, and I have such an appreciation for it. So I'll watch it, and I'm like, oh man, that's really good. I wish I can do that, but then I'll sit here and try to lift this leg, and that's just
See? Oh wow! But wow! Had you seen that done before?
I kind of want to lift my leg.
You see that?
I think we should all lift our legs.
I got it. Here we go. Here it is.
Lift it.
Hey!
You have to do yours now.
Oh my God! With these jeans.
Yes,
I don't know if these jeans can like.
There it is. See? Look at this.
Do it. Give it to me, honey.
I haven't done this in a long time.
Yes. Yes! Yes! Look, you turned on, aren't you?
Yeah, low-key.
You turned on, aren't you? You turned on,
I was like, man, I ain't see that. I ain't see that in a minute.
Still go.
You can still get up there.
This is a good day for you guys.
This is a real good day. We needed this. Because if you would have saw this morning, we needed this.
Lordy. No, you started the show. Just foul. I'm going to spank him later.
Oh.
And not in a good way either. That's the cold part.
No, it's going to be like a mama spanking. Like, I told you not to.
See that?
Where you gotta talk with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get my extension right. I'm gonna let you know. This is what I'm gonna get my. I'm gonna work on my extension.
Please do.
I'm gonna work on my extension, and when I do, I'm gonna put it on YouTube. And I'm like, look, this is Mr. J's improvement.
Improvement. vitamin extension.
On his extension.
Got
you
it.
should. We should do like a 30-day stretch thing
I'ma get
for
it.
you. All right.
They're not
let's do
ready.
it.
There it is.
Alvin Ailey, Lions, they're not ready.
Hold on, we gotta get to Keena's love.
I know we're out here talking about dance, and you guys. So Keena Unbranded,
Keena Unbranded.
the solo experience,
Yes.
a one-woman show. How did this idea come about?
So I never had the desire to do a one-woman show. I never ever did. I was always like, ugh, who wants to do that?
Mhm.
That's what you do if you don't make it. Like that's how I felt. But God was literally on my back for a year. Like, you need to do this show. You need to do this. He was like, every single day, literally, there was like a pat on my shoulder. So I would write a little bit, but then I'd put it away. Like, I don't know what it looks like because the idea.
iPhone case too, if you want.
Yes, my
You can
iPhone
hold
case.
it
That's
one
kind of
time.
dope.
Unbranded.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I wanted the show to be not linear. I didn't want it to be chronological. I wanted it to be very random the way life is. I wanted it to be like you're looking at pieces of life, and life is random. I'm talking with you guys now, but I can go outside and me and my boyfriend can get in a fight, and then I could go and realize I booked a role, and then you're like, you know, your life is up and down.
Exactly.
So that's how I wanted it to look, but I didn't know how that pictured in my head. So basically around December, it was finally very strong, and I said, fine, I'll do it. I booked a theater. I started writing. I booked the theater in March, and in January I picked my director, and we started the process. And March 14th I opened.
That I love though how just so elegant and beautiful. Hey, this is what I did. This is what I did. I wrote it. Picked a theater.
Right?
Wrote it. Got a director. Debuted March 14th. Wash my hands.
I liked what you said about the random. I actually had an interesting conversation with a coworker, and she said there's no pretty bow, and so she enjoys the films. We were talking about films that are, you know, they're just real life. There's no happy ending. There's just both. There's great moments. There's bad moments, but there's no like nothing just ties up.
And
perfectly
I'm very much like that. Like I don't want to say I don't like to see films like this, but whenever you see a movie and then like, you know, the girl gets dumped by the really hot guy who she was so in love with, and at the end she sees another hot guy and they go on their date and she's happy, and I'm like, does that really happen for everybody?
No.
Do you get Matthew McConaughey and Brad Pitt in the same?
No.
You know, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So like with that, for me, and being unbranded and telling the story of my life, I wanted it to be unbranded too, because I feel like people always do want to brand you or give you a label. You know what I mean? And so how can we not do that? How can we just come in and experience just this person and realize a commonality between ourselves without any labels, without going, oh, Keena, Miss Bougie, or Keena, she's smart, or Keena, the dancer, or Keena, the actress. Like, how about I just be Keena? And today I might be the actress, tomorrow I might be the dancer, and the third day, hey, I might be
Whoever I
Bougie,
wanna
whoever.
be.
You know what I mean? It's like whatever.
Yeah.
But that's such an important message to send, because so many times we always fall victim to labeling ourselves what everyone else is saying. Well, this is who you are, and trying to identify with everything else, and then in that process you kind of sometimes can lose your identity in the whole thing of it. So I want to know, what has this, even though this is a show you wrote, how has this kind of opened up your own door within you personally, and has it made you tap into some things that you kind of kept quiet?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a section there where I talk about, you know, the acting world and how, you know, you want to, you know, someone's like, oh, I just did a pilot in 2 movies and it's just amazing. And you are like, oh, I didn't do anything this month. But you're like, that's so amazing. It's great. I love it. I'm so happy. And then you go home and you're like, oh my God, my life sucks. And for me, being able to honestly say that is sometimes how I feel. That I honestly sometimes feel like, why not me? Why didn't I get that opportunity? You know what I mean? And sometimes we're afraid to say that because you don't want to look like the bad person who's like, oh, I'm not happy. No, it's not that I'm not happy for you. I want it too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But being able to say that, and I've had so many people send me emails and letters of going like, oh my God, thank you for letting me know that's okay. Or, and for me, I think what's happened with the show and all the different aspects is that it's opened up for me that I really can just walk around and be just me. Like whatever that looks like on whatever day, and that's okay, because all of us have those real life experiences. All of us have those real life feelings. You know, there's women out here who are like, man, I'm happy in a relationship. God, I wish I was in one. And there's women, you know what I mean? And they don't want to feel like that, but they do feel like that.
Yeah.
And so once you recognize that these feelings are all real, then you can say, okay, I understand what that is, and I can move past that. So I think for me, it's just opened up myself, and it's also opened up me saying that I am just enough exactly how I am and who I am. I don't have to change. I'm just enough, and what I have is unique, and nobody else can bring it.
I like that.
No one else can bring it.
So we are definitely going to have to see this Keena Unbranded, the solo experience.
Yeah.
We are definitely going to have to see that. So tell our viewers where they can go to purchase tickets, where it's playing.
Yes. So you can purchase tickets because it's in the Hollywood Fringe Festival right now. So you can purchase tickets through my website, which is KeenaFerguson.com, KEENA Ferguson.com. Look at my website, it just pops up.
Boom, there you are.
Yes, you better be on it, tech people. Yes. And then you can also purchase at www.hff13.org/1400. I know that's a little complicated, but just
so KeenaFerguson.com.
Yes. And then I post stuff on my Facebook and Twitter and all that good social media stuff.
And how long is the show running to?
The show is, I have 4 more dates this month. I have the 15th, the 24th, 26th, and 30th. Okay. Yesterday was my opening preview night.
So since you're fresh off of it, how did it go?
I am fresh off of it. It was great. It was sold out, which was amazing. I was really worried, and then it was great. If I can be honest, for me, I didn't feel like that was my best show as an artist.
Okay.
But what happens
because you're an artist.
Because you're an artist. And my boyfriend's like, it was amazing. I've seen all the shows. It was amazing. It was great. But for me, I'm such a perfectionist. So if one little thing is wrong, I'm like, I didn't say this one line. Life sucks. You know what I mean? But it was really amazing. It was great. And it was honest. And, I always believe you got to do what you can do in that moment.
I like that. So I was like, you've been talking. You've been talking about your boyfriend. Who is Mr. Man?
Mr. Man. You mean like his name?
No, you don't have to give his name. You don't have to give. You don't have to give his name. We don't want you to do that. No. We don't want that.
Shout. No, I'm kidding.
No. So how has that relationship been for you? We are the Love Jays. We like to talk about it. So we would love to hear just a little. Go into that.
My boyfriend he's like one of those people that I'm like, really? Are you a real person? You're real, huh? Okay. Like, he's just great. He's very understanding. He's an awesome communicator, which I know a lot of women are like, I can't say that, but he's an awesome communicator, and I think that we work because we believe in commitment. We believe in being together and making it work, and that there is not an out, really. You know what I mean? Like, and so we have a lot of fun together, and we bond over so many things, and we can talk about everything. And then we're each other's biggest supporter. It's kind of gross. Like, I was talking about you guys earlier, how gross you guys were.
I was like, you baby. I was like, honestly, just made me want to go over there and just give my girl a hug and a kiss. I mean, really, like, you really took me there.
You got it good too.
I have it great.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Oh, babe, get it.
We not gonna do it. We not gonna do it. You want me to get up? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna get up and dug it. Yeah, I am gonna be.
He tells himself all the time.
But usually, okay.
Babe, do it.
I can't. I'm not now. I gotta put me on.
That's right. Get it.
Get
I gotta keep it on.
Okay. What? Look at that serious face. Look at the serious.
So they try to show me. Females be stuck to me. I think they try to glue me. I make the party shine bright. When we started filming,
serious.
It was bubble gum.
And he's a rapper.
Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck.
We stop it. Thank you guys. Justin, I'm ready. Keena, thank you so very, very much for joining us. Be sure to visit KeenaFerguson.com. Purchase your tickets, show support. We will be there, without a doubt. Stick around. We'll be back.
For them dudes who don't know me, I know I'm from the West, but I can teach you how to Dougie. I step up in the club and all these girls but me. Your boy dancing, nothing up.
You got me mad now. You idiots. Of all places on this table to put this belt,
these toys are important.
Put it in front of the most important part of the show.
My car
Girls
gets
hate
hit
that.
for every episode.
That'd be a great recurring.
Well, it's
hate
going
that.
to now.
They're all here because they think I'm going to take my clothes off.
Johnny in the face, and then we're gonna watch Jen
Like
strip.
this.
I love it. How am I? Thank you, Eddie.
TRadioV.com.
Best in the world.
And kick ass. T Radio V.
This is a show about love, sex, celebrity, entertainment,
Everything
awkward. The extremity of individuality. 3 balls! A man has 3 testicles!
But it doesn't really, it's not so bad.
She was like a yeti. Hope you don't mind, I don't shave in the winter. Oh. And it's like, you're in California! You don't shave in the winter? What is that?
Awkward with Destin and Rachel. Thursdays at 4 p.m. on T-Radio VLA.
T Radio V.
Go.
It's a desert in my mouth.
Whenever you go to Thai food and you get a dish with meat and rice, ask them to put an over easy egg on top of it.
Oh my god.
And like how eggs
Woo,
are
I'm
so
getting excited about this egg right now.
T Radio V is where you come to work and you drink and you get drunk.
Forkin' Amazing, Mondays 5 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
Go home.
T Radio V.
Yeah, I think what I do with Zev is trolling.
For sure.
Zev hates more than anything is he'll tweet something and then I'll retweet it right away because he wants it to like wait and then have its day. Zev's a fun guy to troll. Everybody should try trolling Zev. I highly recommend it.
I'm pretty sure the Lakers would be a way to troll that.
That would be a good way to troll Zev. By the way, we're at 855-878.
Meet your death too.
Let's get digital. Wednesday, 6 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
True. Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to Love Jays on TRadio.com/LA. We are the Love Jays. If you just missed the last two segments, you are definitely kicking yourself in the butt. Keena Ferguson joined us. We are going to post the link to this show immediately. You guys got to check that out. Yeah, if you don't know who Keena is, you need to visit her website, KeenaFerguson.com. Purchase a ticket to her one-woman show. It's playing right now in Hollywood. You do not want to miss it. 4 more show dates this month. Show support. Oh, that was so much fun. And then they actually had me get up there and hit my Dougie. So you missed me hit my Dougie too. So you guys.
So of course we will post it right away.
Yeah, we probably won't.
You gotta catch that.
Not
today probably.
Catch my Dougie out there. I was feeling myself. It was nice to get that out. I need to get that out.
You need dance it out, baby.
I do need to dance it out. I need some sort of outlet.
Yeah.
Just get it out. I need to get it out.
Push-ups, sit-ups, those will work.
I do. Are you shooting slugs right now?
Okay, like I have a confession. I've been looking at The Rock all week. Like we saw Fast and Furious 6 like 2 weeks ago, and then I just discovered his Instagram. That man is beautiful. He makes me want to do sit-ups and push-ups.
Can I just make a note here? I don't stand a chance, Mr. Dwayne Rock Johnson. I don't stand a chance. This is not fair. It's brothers like him. It's just not fair. Like I'm not. I mean, I am skinny right now. I used to have some sort of a muscular build.
I need The Rock with Vin Diesel's voice, and then I need to be Letty.
and I fit in this equation where?
This is a fantasy, baby. Your real life. I love you, and it is a great life.
Well, let me tell you what I need. Tell me what you want.
You used to love Carrie Hilson. Who's your girl crush now? You don't even. I
don't even. Carrie Hilson will always have a special place.
A special place in your
always.
Heart. Who's the it girl now though? Like
honestly, I really don't even know.
You don't have
to be 100% honest, I really don't even know.
In a dry spell.
I'm gonna take a second and I'm really trying to think.
Because I hadn't had one for a while. Dwayne was like, he just came out of nowhere. And even though he was a little too yoked out for me, he like smiles and he like plays with dogs and stuff. And he's like this big muscular man.
I don't even know. Actually, you know who's actually like low key in a weird, but not in like, oh, this is my fantasy. But,
I feel like I know what you're gonna say. What are you gonna say?
Emily Thorne.
I knew it.
Emily Van Camp.
Yeah.
Emily Van Camp.
But because you're in love.
Because
with Revenge,
I'm in love with the show Revenge, and her name's Emily Van Camp, and her character's Emily Thorne. It's funny that
she's Emily either way, yeah.
Both ways, but just the way she plays her role, she's just sexy sexy on TV. Shout out to you.
I respect that, but I'm all about The Rock.
So I'd say that's probably that'd probably be it. Like if I had to pick one right now, so
really.
Just the way she delivers on Revenge.
Like, so who would make who more? Well, we're both not jealous creatures by nature, but would you be more jealous of The Rock, or would I be more jealous of Emily?
Oh, I'm for sure gonna be more jealous of The Rock. Like without a doubt. Like, he's just out here yoked out of his brain. Like, there's
Justin's with Emily now.
I'm losing that. See that? That's so rude.
I love you.
That's so rude. That's so rude.
I said I love you.
Oh, and that's the Band-Aid. I love with relationships. I love you. Let's just put that over the wound, whatever it is. Granted, it's no wound.
I can't get an I love you too. See how he treats me?
I love We have a radio show. We have a blog. We have a vlog. What do you mean? And we're called the Love Jays.
I know.
That seems like a lot of I love yous wrapped up into one. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please tell me.
No, you're right.
And I say it, but that doesn't mean that you can't say it. So I can tell you that I love you.
You're a good man.
Oh my goodness, here she goes.
Justin and I talking baby talk.
Well, don't admit that on air.
No.
Oh my gosh.
No, I want to take a poll. Tweet us at LoveJay's blog. Let us know if you guys talking baby talk.
Not necessarily baby talk. A different language than you that you would speak when you're with your friends.
Yeah, we've invented this thing. And granted, Justin and I got together when we were what?
18,
19. So we were younger when we started dating. I wonder, once you start dating when you're older, is that like a thing that people do? I don't know. I have no idea. So what do we want to talk about? We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff we want to wrap in. As you guys know, we just mentioned the vlog that we do. We are a part of All Right TV. Tracy Edmonds' newly launched channel, partnered with Google and YouTube, and it's called All Right TV. And we are featured vloggers on there. If you guys are not subscribed to All Right TV, you definitely should subscribe to All Right TV. Besides our vlogs, there's a lot of great topics, faith-based, inspirational, motivating. So if you find yourself in the dumps, you're just looking for good laughs, for inspiration, whenever you have it, there's a whole run-of-the-mill content that's available on All Right TV. So definitely subscribe, and we will do a better job of I understand we have done a very bad job of getting these vlogs out there to us. And we're working on our
site too. For those of you who are like, where are all your questions and everything? We're working on upgrading, and we're getting so many things squared away. So be patient.
It's a process. It's a process.
We've been MIA. We should probably put that on the blog.
Hey, we're slowing up. There's a lot of things going on right now.
Yeah.
We're taking them as they go. So we do apologize, but we are going to get that up there.
We're on the way up. So
we're on there, and when we do it with the videos, I do say we tweet it out. I think we do a better job of maintaining our Twitter account. So if you guys are not following us on Twitter at LoveJay's blog, you definitely should follow us on Twitter. And if you guys are confused and find all our stuff, www.lovejays.com. That is our staple. That's our home base. If you guys have questions, submit it. We answer from the male and female perspective. And if you guys also just have something, hey, we want you to make this vlog about whatever the case may be, we'd be more than happy to do that as well. So
100%.
This is a very interactive operation. This is not just us, you listen to us, and that's it. We want to create a dialogue, and that's what's very important.
And it's more exciting for us that way, too. We are talking about things we know you want to talk about.
And so in order to create a dialogue, we need your help as well. Yes. So keep that flow of communication going. We also, on our blog, and we've gotten away from, is what we call Feature Fridays. Yes. And when we launched our blog last July, we would look for people to spotlight on our blog once a week. And so many people are like, oh, are you trying to hook me up with somebody? You guys are Love Jays. No, this is not a hook me up with the world. It's if you are an individual and you have your own craft that you're working on, where you have your own website, you have your own blog, if you're a photographer, if you're a radio show host, if you're a videographer, if you have a reel, if you have whatever the case may be, and you just want to broadcast yourself, we want to use our platform to do that. And if you're in a relationship, we will ask you and your significant other to do an interview. If you don't want to do it with your significant other, it's fine. We'll have you mention it, saying talk briefly about your what gets you through. And if you're single, we always ask for your single survival quote. So we are in the process of now building up a collective group of people so we can really get that going.
And also, if you think about it as it's just another online profile, it's another place where you can be found online promoting yourself. Really think of it that way. Say, hey, I'm on this site.
There it is.
It's cool to say.
So talk about it. If you guys are interested in that, let us know. Send us an email. All of our content, I said www.lovejays.com. That's Jays, as you guys all know. And that's where you can find all the information. And like I said, we're always more than willing and happy to talk about you. Something we probably don't have too much time to dig into yet because we only got a few minutes left. So we won't show the clip. But this week we were having a conversation with a good friend of mine. It was on the conversation of vulnerability. We were just talking, and he was expressing his frustration with, he's like, man, I look at all my friends, and sometimes I think I want to be in a relationship, but always find myself shutting down. And so we started to dig a little deeper in that, and it all turned back to a previous relationship he had, and he basically got done wrong, and his heart kind of just calloused and turned hard, and he never really allowed for himself to open up to another individual. And so we had a really good conversation, and it brought me back to this TED Talk that I watch. Yes, I'm a TED nerd. But it's by Brene Brown called The Power of Vulnerability. And David's in there shaking his head. Have you seen that? You've seen that YouTube video? And it's literally a really eye-opening. Am I the only one, David, or did you feel like that was an eye-opening-esque type presentation? See, I'm telling you guys, it's really, really good. And Brene Brown, she's an author, a speaker, or a scholar, and she was a woman who was doing research to avoid being vulnerable, and in this research, trying to avoid vulnerability. Yeah, I'm saying the word too much. She discovered that really was the key to being wholesome. Yeah. 22 great minutes.
It's a strength, not a weakness.
No, it's definitely a strength and not a weakness. And so many times people say when you're vulnerable, you're weak, but she was explaining throughout this and her whole journey that it helped improve. So you guys need to watch it. Go to YouTube, go to TED. If you go to TED.com, if you click on the most popular tab, it'll pop right up.
She's right there.
Yeah, she's right there.
And I think I was talking to on the scheme of not letting someone control how you handle your future. Someone who messed you up in the past, control how you handle things in the future. And I brought this up at Eve last night when we were talking about is that my mom always told me, you trust somebody until they give you a reason not to. So every new relationship you enter, you trust that person until there's a reason to not trust them. But you have to give everyone a fair shot. Otherwise, it's counting against you. You're not really protecting yourself. You're inhibiting yourself. So
anyway,
thanks, Mom.
Yeah, so if you found yourself before kind of like, hey, I'm struggling with opening myself up to others, whatever, really check that talk out. I mean, I even put notes in my phone. Like, I'm that kind of a loser.
And he shows people.
I do show
Which
people.
I think is wonderful, by the way. Because I like when I say I have a good man, like, yeah, we have our little spats here and there. But honestly, like, I think it is huge for you to be 24 years old talking about the power of vulnerability and owning up to it and practicing it. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome. And I want to get to our takeaway. I'm going to mention it briefly. We're going to get to this. We won't show it. Maybe we could pull it up really quick. But Nathan Fielder, he does these experiments on Twitter.
Yeah.
And a few weeks ago, he had said, text your mom saying you have, 2 grams for $40, then say, oops, it's not meant for you. But last week, he did experience, go up really quick, scroll up. It said, text the person you're dating, I haven't been fully honest with you, then don't reply to them for an hour and tweet the pic of their response. You guys need to go to BuzzFeed and read those responses.
They're hilarious.
They are absolutely hilarious. I would recommend,
you saw it.
And there was one person actually who caught on to the experiment and said, oh, so you're going to say you have 40 grams or 2 grams for $40 next. But you should definitely read that. It is comical what people do. BuzzFeed's an awesome site.
I haven't been completely honest with you.
Oh, you haven't?
That's probably what would be your response. Like, oh, okay, you haven't.
I'm like, what do you mean? So check that out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to support Keena Ferguson, the solo experience. Visit our website, KeenaFerguson.com. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio and TV.